Yo, hello, hello, hello. I'm Ron Burgundy. I'm amazed. Austin Jackson, what's up? Dog, America stuff, Azaria, Mitchell, hello. Guys, the Mariners won a game. I don't know. How do I I'm not used to this. They can't just drop a win for the first time in a week and expect me to know how to act. I'm shocked. I'm truly like I'm taken aback if I'm being real. We only win on Sundays for the rest of the year. They're only winning on Sundays. I might have to cancel the Sunday streams, Charlie, if that's the case, because it feels like a bad luck charm. Like if they're only winning when I stream, that's a bad luck charm. You know what I mean? Earlier in the year, it was like the complete opposite. The Mariners never won on Sundays, and I would always stream to a losing baseball team. And now they've only won on Sunday the back in back-to-back weeks, which is not necessarily true because obviously they swept the Mets on Friday and Saturday they won. But you get what I'm saying. Let's just not make this a trend. A day game win, Azaria. A day game win. It was a miracle. It was an absolute miracle today. Just I mean, personally, you had to win it. You had to win this one. Like whoever Woodford was, thank God he pitched. Scored 22 runs on Sundays. True, Charlie, true. Maybe let's tell the Mariners that every day is Sunday. Let's tell them that. You get 9 hits, 5 earned, 7 total runs, gives up 2 bombs. That's what you get off of Mr. Woodford. Cal goes deep for his 27th, closing in on his career high. Josh Rojas out to center field was like, where did that come from? Obviously, Dom Canzone off of Ryder Ryan, not River Ryan, Ryder Ryan. That was, I mean, it was a pitch that he hadn't really hit all year. Good for Dom, but top to bottom, I mean, the team did their job today, which was score runs. George, I felt pitched fine. I mean, not perfect. Does give up 2 earned off of like a Joey Bart homer, by the way, but 6 innings, 2 earned. That's all that you really need out of a starter because normally your offense is going to score more than 1 to 2 runs. They scored 10 today. And I say normally, a normal offense would do that, but the Mariners we've seen are anything but a normal offense. Looking good, Kyle. Kyle, you're looking great in chat. So, another garbage time solo home run from Canzone. I think I saw Accent call him Dom McStat Patter or something, or maybe Fraud McStat Patter. I can't remember. I was thinking of something last night. Was the other team that has the biggest difference from their offense to their defense, or vice versa? Are you saying like the biggest disparity between like their pitching performances and their offensive performances, Jordan? Is that what you're saying? I'm sure we can look, kind of figure out what the biggest gap is. Like just going by maybe like player war and like position player offensive war and like pitching war, we could definitely do that. Skibbity toilet, skibbity toilet. Now, as Colton said, until we get on a consistent streak, not buying into this team yet. Oh, of course not. No, you should Steamboat. Do not think that this is never the new normal. Like the fact that they scored 10 runs is shocking. They got 13 hits. Like good for them. I'm happy, but until we see it regularly, especially now that they've got the Dodgers up next, it's like, okay, what can we expect against them? Like we'll see, but just think right now, forget what happened in the past 2 series. You have to take 2 from the Dodgers. Good luck. Somehow, some way, just win 2 games. I mean, if there's a pitching staff that can hold the Dodgers to a small amount of runs, enough runs to where you can potentially win a game, I think it's the Mariners pitching staff, right? It's possible. It's possible. No easy way to say this. You have to win this series. Astros have a tough stretch ahead as well. So, like, not losing this series against the Dodgers, I mean, it would pay dividends not only obviously in the win-loss column, but I think motivationally, morale. If you are coming on the heel, like going into Los Angeles 1-5 on a road trip where you played the Tigers and the Pirates, and you go into Los Angeles and you win that series, take 2 out of 3 from them, that could be a big morale booster. Do I find the confidence in this team for it? Not necessarily, but I don't disagree, Lucario. The Mariners gang. What's up, Army men? What's up, dog? How's it hanging, brosive? Dorian, it's just, all it's just thanging right now, dude. That thing is thanging after dropping 10 on the Buccos. Mariners have absolutely sucked on 3-team road trips and homestands this year. It's wild. Just get them 2 on, 2 off. That's all we need. 2 on, 2 off. That 10-game lead we had 2 months ago would be nice to have it now. Unrealistic, Charlie. Sorry. Micah, are we back? It's Jover, but we're so back. For some reason, I have a feeling that the Mariners will do something later this year. Later, like do something as in what? Like go on a crazy run? Like pull this team out of the depths of hell? Hey, you. Got pregame on thumbnail. Shouldn't it be postgame? Oh, do I? I didn't change it. Oh, no. Big shout. Big shout, little E. Big shout. Because it was a pregame stream last time. And I forgot to change it. Big shout from little E there. Look at you. Look at you. You're so inspirational. My lord. I've never been so happy to receive a chat in my life. Fixed. It's fixed. Guys, it's fixed. Fixed stream. You don't have to cancel me. No one cancel me. I just don't think you should be on the game if you don't have a mic. Just don't, just cancel me. Just cancel me. We have a full month of games left this year. This is the best time of the year to catch a real hot streak. I mean, you're not wrong. There's plenty of season left. The issue, Lucario, is that what we've seen, or I guess lack of what we've seen, is consistency. What you need to go on a hot stretch is consistency. The only thing that's been consistent, I'd say, is the starting pitching. Everything else has been kind of a crapshoot. So it's tough. Pick up Ahmed Rosario ASAP. Yoshi's Island, bad news. Bad news, he's a Cincinnati Red. Micah, bad news, he's a Cincinnati Red. Big Dumper got a Depend sponsorship? W brand deal. W brand deal. We're pre-gaming for tomorrow? Exactly. We're getting ready for the Dodgers series tonight. It's 24 hours ahead of time. Like we're sitting pretty. Like what is that? That's 6 hours from game time, basically 5.5. We're like 30 hours pre-gaming. All right. 30 hours. We're 8-19 against less than 500, while 11-11 against greater than 500. Oh, God. That's a mouthful of a sentence to read America stuff the way that I was trying to read it, so I stopped. It's gross. 9-19, that's okay. We're chasing Houston, Boston, KC, and Minnesota. Dude, if the Central puts up 3 teams into the playoffs, everyone's predictions are just chalked. Everyone's predictions are just in the dump. Time to have one of the most streaky Septembers ever. The only thing I can say is that I am at the point with the team, like, win or lose, like, I'm done. Like, I'm going to be there. Like, am I going to be angry watching it if they're losing? Of course, but I'm still going to watch. And that's just how I am. And the people that don't watch, that's fine. Like, that is what it is. But I'm gonna like, if they, I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to like jinx anything, but I will be watching. So just coping. Yeah. Big cope. I mean, that's the thing you got to do is like, am I going to sit there and hope that they lose? Of course not. I'm going to watch every game with the intent that they win. Like, I'm going to watch every game. And my intent going into that game, even if my expectations are low, that is that they will win that game because that is the outcome that I want to see. I never want to see the team lose, so why would I ever actively root on their downfall? You know what I mean? Like, that's just how, that is my, like, way, I guess, of, like, being a fan. If that's too optimistic or not based in reality, it is what it is. Everyone's different, and that's what's nice about being a fan of a team, is you can root for teams in different ways. Average offense means we win the World Series. Could you imagine if we had an offense with like just 100, like a 100 WRC plus? It'd be crazy. If we had Cleveland's offense, they've got a 99 WRC plus. Just Cleveland's offense, damn, be going crazy. Been listening to the radio lately, nothing to watch. The only thing to watch has been good pitching performances. Wasted. You a fan? Bro. Dude, that's a good point. That's a good point. Dorian, James Wood's crazy. I'm so happy that you picked him up in fantasy. Jazzed. Not that it mattered, but yeah, no, he's not to say that like Padres fans should regret ever trading for Juan Soto, but dog is crazy. He is insane. Sad thing is there are no really hitters in the market for the offseason outside of Soto. Yeah, the free agent class is pretty thin. Critter, pretty thin. Picked him up. It was a good trade. Like picked him up, like added him to the team. Like he brought him into the team. Not off waivers, just like, he brought him in. He brought him into the Dorian Rubel, the dynasty. Lucky win? True. Lucky win. Just 13 hits, some errors by Triolo. That's where the luck comes into play, probably. I think without those errors, you still score 8 earned. So you're still winning the game 8-3, but if anything, I'll take a lucky win over I'll take a lucky win over any loss ever. You know what I mean? Ever. Gave up Miller and Churio for him? No, it's a good trade. Do you, bro? Need the entire team to start playing better? Of course. If team plays better than currently playing, they will win more games. Is a good theory to run with. The 10 run M's over the 2 run M's. It's a pretty big contrast there, Critter. Pretty big. Bring in 3 more guys with the R names. I'm assuming you saw Alex Mayer's post-game tweet. Glad to see you win. Only been seeing them from the MLB The Show team. Dude. Figured out if they got swept again, I might have to go into MLB The Show and blow off some steam. If you know that meme of just playing as one team, scoring like 90 runs, and then switching. Or like allowing 90 runs to score and then switching to the other one and then hitting a home run for the clip. So the tally is like 90-0. Yeah, good times. Is Jerry Dipoto out on this team if we make the playoffs somehow after an all-right trade deadline, or be it Scott? See, I don't know, Steamboat. If the Mariners miss the playoffs, they're probably both gone. Whether or not they get a contract offer or not, I don't know what Dipoto views as like a good way for him to move forward. And like what organization would want to, I guess, bring him in, or that feels that he could bring value to their organization. I think Dipoto, so long as he's bringing Scott Hunter, that team will then be able to draft. They've drafted and developed pretty well, obviously, specifically on the pitching side. It's about, identifying major league talent. That's the big question mark. Scott, I don't know. Like, if they don't make the playoffs, he's probably gone. Realistically. And if they do make the playoffs, some big gear would have had to switch that maybe they keep their jobs, kind of a thing. So we only sweep over 500 teams, and we're going to go sweep the Dodgers, Critter. That's the vibe. 86 wins. We're getting to 86. We're 64-61. So 22 more wins. 15 more losses. Is that the math? 22-15 the rest of the way. It's could be there. Maybe. Dodgers trade JT, or do you just move on? We'll be interested to watch his return. I'm pretty sure they just moved on. I think he signed with the Red Sox in the offseason. Yeah. Signed with the Red Sox in the offseason, I believe. 37 games left. 22-15 will do the job. Absolutely anything can happen. The Mariners could go 0-37 the next 37 games, Lucario. That is correct. Anything can happen. anything. Mariners don't make playoffs. Scott is not resigning, potentially fired. Yeah, I mean, if they don't make the playoffs, he doesn't have a contract for next year, so they just wouldn't renew the contract. They'd go in with a new direction. Yes, Lucario. The Astros could. Does it look like they will? No, but they could. JT been gone for the Dodgers since 2023? Correct. The Red Sox signed him 2 off seasons ago, I guess. Gotta say hi to Colton? Sure. We can say hi to Colton. I'm in. Look at him over there. Lights are off. It's dark times. Dark times given the Mariners' recent success, guys. Dark times over there. Thankfully, we play the Astros in Houston. Oh, thank goodness. Bodes well. I think Michael Brantley would be a good fit for Mariners manager. Ooh. A former Astro? I mean, Scott Service is technically a former Astro, but a former recent Astro managing the Mariners? Oh, AK. I don't know if people are going to be happy about that one. I don't know, man. I don't know. Rather have Jay Buhner as a manager. Jay Buhner would be absolute chaos in the dugout, but could make some fun for like a funny like first half, and then get fired over some like disorderly conduct or something silly. What about Dusty Baker? I feel like he's probably done, unless he's said that he wants to return to managing. But the way he ended his time in Houston was not like, there were some decisions that he made that were good, some that weren't. Like his comment about Chas McCormick not being one of those big dogs and how McCormick's been bad, but having Yainer Diaz sit behind Maldonado for so long was like, missing the obvious Ichiro as a manager. Hey, man. The thing is, I don't really have a preference for manager going forward. If it's Scott, okay. If it's not Scott, okay. Like, I'm very impartial to who's managing the team. I don't know how much it really affects it, and I can be bought into any which way, pretty much. If it's Ichiro, so long as they're winning games, I'll be good. I'll be good. Make Colton the manager? There you go. That's the right spirit. Oh, Yoshi, that doesn't bode confidence for the Buhner pick, dude. Feel like he's an easy out. Hit a garbage time home run today, dude. Went 1 for 5 and hit a garbage time home run, Yeti. What do you mean? I think it was just to get Randy a day off. Canzone's not, like, unless it's a really, I don't even say like a really tough righty, but Randy needed a day off. Big like slump, pretty massive slump, I'd say. And the defensive miscue of like letting the wind carry the ball. I know it's not the easiest play to make, but he needed a day off. So Ty or Colby for manager? Ty or Colby? I know Ty more than I know Colby. Colby's pretty affable. I would lean Ty. I would lean Ty as manager. So having the guy with gapped teeth speak to the public would be crazy. Colton, would you rather have gapped teeth? Say it's between Colton or I. Gapped teeth or a messed up hairline? What are you picking, Dedara? What are you picking? What are you picking? Love to see Colby's tweets defending his bullpen decisions. He's like live tweeting himself as the player messes up. Oh, that would be great. Let Lou Piniella manage the rest of the season. Get him out of it, dude. Let Lou just run. Just throw a base. Throw 37 bases. 1 base a day the rest of the year. Should we trade for DJ LeMahieu? I think your answer is in the second part of your message, America stuff. Truthfully, let him get good again is never something you want to say. But, you know, maybe it's crazy enough. Maybe it's crazy enough that the Mariners acquiring a guy that had track record history of like being good, like picking them up, like not like a complete decline, but like still pretty good, then coming in and underperforming. If we get DJ LeMahieu coming off of a 47 OPS plus, a 192 batting average with a 519 OPS in his age 35 season. We bring in DJ LeMahieu. Like, Uno reverse it, he's going to come in and hit 300 again. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Based on the genius comments, any one of you could be the manager. That's why you're on your little iPad screen at home. Exactly. Just sitting here with my iPad, punching in the numbers, just like the managers do in the dugout. That's all they do. This offseason, they better trim all the fat and make all the hard choices and sign some bats. I mean, I don't want to say like to be the bearer of bad news and like to not get your hopes up, but like I don't see that happening necessarily the way you want it. You know what I mean? Lucario, I'm confused about your conversations that we should butt heads about. Are you talking about like manager decisions? Like firing Scott? If you want to fire Scott, that's fine. Like if that's what you're like saying, like we need to butt heads about, I don't care. Fire Scott, sure. Why not? Or get Brett Boone for manager? Booney. He'll host a show on his podcast once a week talking about, like on the Mariners off day, he'll get on his podcast. He'll talk about how the team's going. Griffey for manager? I don't know if Griffey wants that responsibility. If you know what I mean. Critter, you're so brave. I would be a bad manager of the M's. Dare I say, wouldn't even be a good GM. You're so brave, Critter, for knowing within yourself that, yeah, you know what? Maybe I wouldn't be good. Maybe I wouldn't be good. David Belcher gets fired from the Reds. That's not a bad shout. Former Mariner, David Bell. Maybe bring some, I want to say new life. I get what, maybe in the same vein as like what Secular's saying of like, just need a new voice. Like if the guy who is the clubhouse manager, like that's his primary role is like getting the best out of their players, has lost the clubhouse. Yeah, of course. Like you need a new voice. And like, it is what it is. What did I ignore, dude? There's like a bunch of comments. Okay. Right, I literally asked you a question. That's right. At least I can cover up the hairline with a hat. Bro was struggling the past couple of podcast bloopers. Facts. I'm sorry that I missed your comment, okay? Ugh. If I watched Mariners baseball with no expectations whatsoever, I wouldn't watch the games at all. I wouldn't ever be happy living my life with no expectations. Sure. And my expectation is that they win every game. That's just how I view it. Like I will watch the team assuming that they will win the game. And if they don't, then I'm upset. Cause I know they're not going to, but like, what other option do I have other than to like root for the team and be like, yep, they're going to win. And then when they don't win, I'm like, they didn't win. It's going to happen 70 more times, 80 more times. Like it's just, it is an unrealistic expectation, but like that's like the way I watch the game. I turn on the game and until they're losing, I'm like, they have a chance to win. And then when they start losing and it continues to perpetuate and roll downhill, like, they're losing. And that's the end of that. And then they lose. Sometimes they win those games that they start rolling downhill and it seems like there's no way out. Saying we can't give them a season with months where, of course not. People that are like ready to give up, ready to give in, that's fine. Like that's their prerogative. Like they do them. That's okay. That's just the way that they want to go about viewing the rest of the season. I don't think the season's over. Are the chances slim? Of course. I feel like the chances were always slim. I mean, Fangraphs projected the Mariners at like an 84 win team. Are they on pace for that right now? Pretty darn close. I think it's like 83 at the beginning of the year. Enjoy this high before the Dodgers sweep us. If you call this a high, Glock 40, I literally put in the title, the Mariners won a game? ? The description is, they can do that? I had no hopes that they'd win this game. They should have won this game. They should have won the last game. But like, if you call this a high, brother, oh boy. If you give up before the season starts, then you got nothing to lose. And that's the thing. Not to like lump doomers into like one big thing. But I think it's very how do I say this? I think it's easier when you have less expectations or less positive expectations. If you think that the season's over before it starts and then they do well, you can champion that and be like, yeah, dude, they're winning. Versus the other end, where it's like you have higher expectations, they let you down. It's harder to like be like, they didn't live up to what I wanted. And like easier, I don't know if that's the right word for it. That's how my brain kind of rationalizes it, if that makes sense. Imagine Stanton just crapping his pants when we have Oakland A's attendance for a few games. I don't know if the Mariners attendance will ever, unless you are counting the recent Oakland A's attendance. I think they had like 38,000 at the Coliseum on Friday. I'm curious what the Mariners' lowest attendance was this year so far. I'm going to say no, like, I don't think they've gone under 20,000 at a home game, would be my guess. Maybe that's a bit that's probably a bit egregious, but 60, okay. I said 20, that's a bit egregious. Once, twice, 3, 4, 5. They've gone under 20,000 5 times, all towards the beginning of the year. It was May 13th against Kansas City, May 15th against Cincinnati, and then all 3 Cincinnati games were like 17K. Gets low sometimes on a weekday. The low at T-Mobile Park this year was 14,984 against Kansas City. So is hope for taking the division lost? Never say never. Like, no, but like, yeah, but no. It depends, right? It depends. There's a lot of factors at play. The main one, obviously, being the Houston Astros, who have won 9 of their last 10. Like, they're playing well. They have a 4-game advantage, but there's 37 games left. There's very reason to believe that you can make up 4 games in 37. 10 of the last 11. Sorry. 9 of the last 10 is the stat there on my screen. So if it's 10 of the last 11, blame the last 10 stat metric on Google. Right? It just all depends on, like, the obvious answer is like, yeah, you can if the Astros start to play worse. Have they shown signs of slowing down? No. So I'd say my answer for catching the division, you have to, like, it has to be a complete 180 from the Mariners team. And they showed it earlier in the year that they can go on good stretches like that where they consistently win series. They never went on a big, long win streak, but they were consistently winning every series. That's how they built the 10-game lead. If the Astros could pass a 10-game lead and however quick they did, the Mariners, writing off the Mariners being able to catch up 4 games, I don't think it's unreasonable. Do I have high hopes for it? That's a different question. But if the Stros aren't the biggest rival the M's have ever had, then I must be crazy. I was crazy once. Seatown fan, hello. KC just won another nail in the coffin. What's the Mariners' elimination number? What's it at? Damn, Kansas City absolutely stomped on the Reds. But Texas could beat Minnesota. And Boston lost. Glock, silver lining? Little silver lining? This is the first game you didn't feel anything? It's a shame that they scored 10, Felipe. It's a shame that they scored 10 and you just... nothing. Absolutely nothing. Is Julio getting close to being back in center field? Just keep him at DH until he's 100%. The way he's been kind of, I guess, like grimacing might be the best word, scowling as he runs. I don't think him DHing or him playing center is very within reason by the end of August. I'd say maybe September, maybe. So, did someone say grimace? Astros have a tougher schedule remaining, so anything can happen. Yeah, I'm not ready to write the team off. Am I hitting the panic button? I don't know if I would ever hit the panic button. And I don't know if that makes me a bad fan. But do I want them to make the playoffs? Of course. That's the goal. That's the goal. But if they don't, I'm not going to be like, I hate them. I mean, I hate them a lot of the time. But I don't know. Someone earlier in the stream said, it's just a game. I might have been Brandon Davis. Maybe. I can't remember. It was a blue icon. And sometimes, and maybe I'm at the point where they did just completely just not meet my expectations for a week's time. And maybe I'm feeling nothing. And maybe that's why I feel like, yeah, it's just a game. If they were winning a bunch, would I feel that way? Probably not. So maybe it's my way of coping. Maybe that's the copium in me. That, it's just a game. But it's not. It is bigger than a game. It's like a lot of people's, I don't say livelihood. I mean, it can be people's livelihood, obviously the players. But it's the life source for a lot of people. And that's important. So, of course I want them to win. I'm very impartial right now. And it's probably because my expectations for them are low. As it stands. Twins scored in the 9th. No silver lining. No! Why? They're just feeding your narrative, Glock. Feeding. Whatever happens this season, I think they added good pieces long term. They have Randy for next year. They have Chargois for next year. I think Cole Young will be ready. Harry Ford could be ready. There's options. They could still make trades. I'm not... Again, I think it was probably Azaria said earlier, we could be the White Sox. We could literally be eliminated from playoff contention right now. We could be 30-95. We could be 65 games under. We could be more games under than the team has wins. But I think what makes it hard is being so close, right? A lot of people probably, I don't know if they share the same mindset, but look back to the Tigers series where we got swept. If it's too painful. If it's not painful enough, whatever. You lose the first game 15-1, and then you lose the second game by 1 or 2 runs. I can't remember. I blocked it out. You'd rather lose 15-1 than play a close game and lose in a heartbreaker. You'd rather lose 65 games, be 65 games under? You'd rather be 30-95 and just be done than be on just on the outside looking in. It's tough. In an individual instance, losing a game big is probably an easier pill to swallow than being 65 games under 500. Rather be the worst team than miss the playoffs by 1 game. So, would you... Damn. You'd rather, maybe not win 40 games. Go 40-122. Than go 87-75 and miss it by a game. It's just and that's the thing. Everyone's different. We're not all going to share the same opinion. And that's just how it is. There's 3 wild cards and they're still eliminated in the middle of August. They made it easier to make the playoffs and you're still eliminated. Despite today's win, I feel like the team should still have a players meeting because these games are critical for your hopes of being a contender. Especially going into the Dodgers series. I mean, it's a night game, a West Coast night game. They're traveling to LA right now, more than likely. So they'll arrive like it was 5 o'clock. I mean, it's 5 o'clock for them if they're still in Pittsburgh, getting in the air or whatever. They'll get over here and it'll be earlier, have a little bit chance to rest, maybe have a players meeting tomorrow or something. I don't know. Winning the Dodgers series are the chances slim? Of course. I mean, the Dodgers, they're 73-52. They're really good. Can the Mariners do it? Sure. I don't see why not. J.P. Crawford, huh? I think the last that I saw of JP was like a week ago when he was playing catch gingerly on the field. That was the last I saw of JP. Albeit I haven't been super tuned into the Mariners. Like online socially, like on Twitter or X, if you will. Mainly because we've been getting owned in the replies to a tweet that we put up a long time ago. And the team has been bad, so there's not really a lot to look out for. But just a quick search on J.P. Crawford's name, hit latest. Don't really see anything crazy. I mean, the timetable was like 4 to 6 weeks when he went out. That still puts him out until around the beginning of September. So, y'all think the Yankees can score 20 and keep Tarek from entering the second inning? We'll see. Just blow up that ERA to infinity. No shot that JP's going to be back before the end of the regular season. Really? Really? It's that bad, huh? News to me if it's that bad. You need to win this fantasy game? Bro's out here sweating. It's okay. Colton's going to choke against Skydre and make it impossible. Like, just really bring it down to the wire. Play him safe until playoffs if we make it? Oh. Interesting. I think if he's available in September, you use him. Personally. Scott Service is Bo Porter. Need to go find an AJ Hinch minus the cheating. Don't know if he's out there, but I mean, again, if a managerial change it like makes a difference, great. I will happily take a managerial change given the success of the team is better. Great. That's what matters is the team success ultimately. Would we want an injured 60 to 70% JP or a 100% JP in the playoffs? You got to get there first. I think you got to get there first, Lucario. It's the argument of like using Julio. Would you rather 100% Mitch Garver right now DHing every day or a 75% Julio DHing? Julio's hit well since coming back because he's a dynamic player. Is JP as dynamic of a player as Julio? Not necessarily. Is JP having the best year before he got injured? No, not necessarily. But I would take JP like intermittently over a week than every single start for Dylan Moore. We have no good... Exactly. We don't have a good replacement. So like use JP to get into the playoffs, and then he'll be closer to healthy if you make it to the playoffs. You know what I mean? What if that manager is Dusty Baker? What if? What if? News on Gregory Santos? Boy. Gregory Santos. I mean, had an MRI in his bicep? Like... I think it's probably like we probably if we don't get an update over the next say couple of days, we will likely get an update by like when they go back home. So he's put on the IL on August 2nd. 15-day IL, so like I guess technically he could be activated. But like we probably won't get an update like until they do their little dugout stuff with like Hollander and injury updates that way. For the Giants series on the 23rd. Rivas ain't, but Garver's possible upside despite how bad he's been. Yeah. I mean, Rivas had a good game today. Do I trust his OPS below 600? Not really. But yeah, a good game today. He's had some professional looking at bats. I'll give him that. Skip Schumacher could be a good one. Skip Schumacher's not a bad shout. I mean, if I was him, I'd try and get out of Miami as quick as I could. Schumacher's not a bad shout. Not a Leo Rivas fan one bit. Are you a fan of 2 for 4 with 1 RBI and 2 runs scored? Because that's what he gave you today. And of course, that's just today. That's the singular given day. You look at his game logs, it's not going to be pretty. Like the last 2 games, he's been all right. He had a good hit against the Mets. He had 2 good hits against the Mets, right? Where they were professional looking at bats. Is he going to string a bunch of those together? Probably not, because he hasn't, really done it. He hasn't shown that he can do it consistently. Oh, of course not. No, I'm not saying you should be a fan of him. It's just, if you think that Dylan Moore is going to give you better out of that spot every day, whereas you might need Dylan Moore elsewhere, and is it Ryan Bliss the answer? There's no good answer at short, unfortunately. It's pretty bleak. And if you think Bliss is better, then apparently the Mariners don't think so. Or they need to see more from Bliss in the minor leagues. I have no idea. Me as a Marlins fan, I'm so sorry, AJ. I'm so sorry. How much of this fan base will support Garver if we only saw playoff Garver to be excellent? Dude, okay. In the event we make the playoffs and then Garver puts up a 1.0 OPS in the playoffs, are all of his sins forgiven? And I say sins, let's use that term lightly. Are all of his season struggles forgiven? No. Immediately no. Daddy Cap, Gabe Cap. I don't want to see any of his cringe social media posts. Just means we got lucky. And sometimes that's all it takes. You're telling me you wouldn't want to luck into a World Series win? You wouldn't want to luck into that? Are you kidding me? I'd take a lucky World Series win every day of the week, twice on Sunday. Have we forgotten about the past week and a half? Doesn't matter if you're lucky, Corey. Doesn't matter. Oh, God, I love being literally insane. I'm delusional. Exactly. I'm so delusional. Let's not live in reality, folks. It's much funner. Funner? More fun. Garver would be Adam Frazier. True. Big slapdick double. Call it a day. Twins and Rangers are going to the 10th? Ugh. I can have nothing in this world. Full Twins win a World Series under 500? There's the negative run differential, whatever. Mariners aren't close to that, are they? Run differential-wise? Plus 24. Hanging on by a thread, baby. Hanging on by a thread. Rangers need to lose? No. Hard disagree. None ya busy. We are not worried about the Texas Rangers. Okay? We are not worried about the Texas Rangers. They are 10 games under 500. We do not care. The Rangers already losing? Are you freaking kidding me? Did it just get to the 10th and they're already losing? Okay, I don't think it's adjusted yet. We need the Rangers to win. We want them. Oh, losing games. Got it. Okay, my bad. My bad, AJ. My bad. We need the Twins to lose. They are ahead of us in the wild card standings. Do I think they can catch the Twins? Probably not. But you never know. People don't seem to realize Garver's guaranteed for next season. So, Seatown fan, let me tell you this. All right. Let's take a little ride on the delusion train once more. Once more. We will take a ride on the delusion train. All right. Since 2019 juiced ball era, Mitch Garver, okay? 2019, his OPS plus. Are we okay with using OPS plus as a stat? I'm just going to say yes. OPS plus in 93 games was 157 in 2019. 2020 in 23 games was 42. Okay? Big drop off. Big drop off. 2021, 68 games with Minnesota, a 139 OPS plus. Back up there. Really good. Really solid. 2022, first year in Texas, 98 OPS plus. Boo. Boo. Not good. Not good. Not the 139 OPS plus hitter we wanted. Boo. All right. Second year in Texas, good. 139. You're seeing the pattern. It's alternating every other year. All right. Mitch Garver, 80 OPS plus on the year right now. Next year, I'm guaranteeing, hammering it now, 120 OPS plus minimum. Minimum. So he's an odd player. Exactly. C-Town fan, I'm glad you joined me on the delusion train. No chance. Have you seen his swing? Relax. We don't need to... What? Do I need to go look at his like bat speed percentile and cry? Am I going to go look at his bat speed percentile and cry or something? I don't want to do that. Snuck in the Diamondbacks and the Braves. Hey, man. Dude is riding Garver so hard. For the delusion. For the meme. For the meme. Bat speed, 34th percentile. Not very good. I'm sad that I looked it up. Gino been bad all year. Gino's been on a tear, though, dude. Hasn't he been on a tear? I feel like Gino's been hot lately. Or maybe it was just the 3 home runs that I saw. Yeah. I mean, his last 30 games, 9 homers, 296 average with a 609 slug. Pretty good. But he's slowed down a little bit in the last 7. So maybe it was a little preemptive. Like I was living in the past a little bit. Why are you yelling, Lucario? I'm not. No. I know. I'm just, like, why are you yelling, bro? Why are you so mad? Why are you mad online? Gino wins us more games than Rojas. Gino's. Let's see. What's his win? What's his WAR right now? Do we want Fangraphs WAR? Fangraphs WAR 2.2. Josh Rojas. It's going to be like 1.5. Yeah, 1.5. Correct, but it's very much so like an escalation in tone. Like, did I not say he's been good lately? Like, it's an escalation in tone. If you can't read that, I suggest maybe, never mind. Teo's been mid since he left us. Strikes out a lot. Buddy was starting the All-Star game for the National League, my friend. I don't know if that's necessarily the truth. If that's necessarily the truth, my friend. Check B-War next? Never. Keyboard grammar? Exactly. You can't tell tone through messages? Colton would do it quicker. Colton's got a quick ban hammer, dude. Yeah, he doesn't hesitate. He's quick with it. I'm a little bit more... I'd say, am I a kinder god? Maybe. Possibly. Whatever pushes the narrative, there you go. Classic Dorian. Classic accent. Classic everybody. Everyone's just pushing narratives. He banned me for hitting up my girl. Bro, okay, but be honest, Felipe. A random, like, people we don't necessarily know, right? Just chatting like that in a stream is kind of wild. And we had no idea immediately. And then I noticed the last names. It was really funny. It was really, really funny. Can we talk about Bet Online? I wouldn't. Normally the spammy mofo, but you're pissed today? Why are you pissed? Pissed about what? That they lost, that they're gonna lose the road trip? That they were on the verge of getting swept back-to-back series? I'm not saying like be mad, like not be mad, but like why have today of all days? Were you mad yesterday? Were you mad the day before? Like, have you just been like, just all this pent up anger, just ready to like rip? Okay, Kenny does it to me. That's fine. Double standard. Joking, please, please. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Hitting your podcast, part of the Believe Network. I'm here with. What does Not Colton think about this road trip? I don't know if we should let Not Colton near a mic. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. Like, we might get demonetized. Frustrated this team is putting people in such a shitty mood. But like, you can't control that. So why would you get mad at how other people feel? Like, again, take a step back. Just take a step back. And I get that the team is like a lot of people's, I use the term life force, right? It usually can make people's day, ruin people's day, but like, sometimes you just need to take a step back and just turn off the computer, walk away from, you're getting bullied online, walk away from the computer. Like if I hold on, just give me a second. Let me go on Twitter and I'll just go look through the replies on one of our tweets real fast. Okay. I'm going to go look through it. If I let any of these comments get to me, oh my God, it'd be over. But like, you just have to take a step back. You just need to take a step back sometimes. So it's obviously the Cal Raleigh tweet where I tweeted like the clip of whatever, right? It's got a lot of views, 300,000 views. Luke, hello. So, like, obviously positive Mariners fans. Always good when the Mariners lose, right? 17 hours ago, 19 hours ago. Is there an update on the Mariners record since this catastrophe? Always good when the Mariners lose. This aged like milk. Like, rent, like, let me just go look through the responses. Like, if I let any of this, like, bother me, brother, I'd be finished. And sometimes you just need to take a step back. That's all I could say, Lucario. And I understand that, like, it might be not easy, or, you know, that's just like the way you live online. But like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked, bro. I was getting cooked. Absolutely getting cooked. Players should be far more frustrated than you. And who's to say they're not? Julio very much so voiced his frustrations last night. There was some sort of quote, I can't remember who tweeted it, but very much so a frustrated Julio. Of course, if we're sitting here thinking that the players are like, yay, we lost 5 in a row. Yay! Like, yeah. Not the one that want to yell at these people IRL for comments. It just really sucks. And I get that. You want the space in which you spend a lot of your online time to be a positive space, to be one that's enjoyable to be in. But Mariners Twitter is a hellscape. And sometimes you just gotta, what, sir, 54%. Is that the answer you want, C-Town fan? 54%. Is that the one? They may not think about the millions they make and probably lessen the blow. What if they're making league minimum? All right. Did you think about that? Opinion means something to me and people close to me, but beyond that, anyone else, it's a blessing. Yeah, like, you know, you can't count on everyone to be like, yeah, your opinion rocks. Like, just sometimes it's just you and the people close to you. Seahawks Twitter is far more toxic than Mariners. I've never been a part of Seahawks Twitter. Don't know if based around your comment 10 toes down, don't know if I ever want to be a part of it. Code Red. What's up, my guy? What's up, bro? How you been? Dog? Mariners fandom right now is as chaotic as the Star Wars fandom after The Last Jedi. TLJ, huh? Oh, what a polarizing movie. What a polarizing moment. one person who, if there is a chance to make a list, I look for any positives. Yeah, and like I think since that is the vocal minority with the struggles, it can be hard, and I get that. I don't blame you for being frustrated, but I wouldn't say I don't let like others like really get in the way of like how you want to do it. You know what I mean? Happy Players Weekend Days, Little League World Series. No, dude, great weekend. Like great weekend for just like fun baseball stuff. Sucks the Mariners didn't win 2 out of 3, but great weekend in general. I wish they'd bring back the nicknames on the jerseys. The caps were cool, I guess. The bats were cool, but give me the nicknames on the back of the jerseys. It can still be the crappy new Nike ones with like the same colorway. Like don't have to give me like the cool like green base with the light blue whatever that we got way back when. It can still just be like a normal navy road blue, but give me a nickname on the back, dude. Give me a nickname on the back. Big dumper Cal jerseys, facts. Give me a J Rod Julio jersey. I mean I can make it myself like if I needed to, but you know what I mean. Like it's just it'd be so much better. Corey's brother, yeah, dude. Corey's brother is a classic. That's the Depoto. That's a 54%. All right. Then Scott will get 45% Seatown fan. How about that? Like the stream? WJ. W. D-Mac on a jersey? D-Mac on a jersey would go crazy. I was going to look something up, but I don't remember what it was. I don't know if I should talk about that, but something just came to me. I don't know if I should talk about that. What would we call you and Colton with the jersey nicknames? Like us together or like individually? My online name is Fatty1 and Fatty2. Oh, God. Good one. Colton gets the remaining 1%. There you go, Seatown fan. That's the way we do it. Fatty1 and Fatty2 would go pretty hard. I don't know if people would be very appreciative of it. I feel like people might. Like if people don't know our humor and we were wearing like Fatty and then like number 1, Fatty number 2, walking around T-Mobile, we would get a lot of weird looks. You know what I mean? We'd get a decent amount of weird looks. You think the Mariners are going to give Randy his own section like Julio, bring Randy Land to T-Mobile? It was down the right field line, right? In Tampa Bay. I mean, I feel like the bleachers above Edgars, since he's going to be playing left. Why not? You can't do the foul territory right there due to the King's Court, more than likely. I think that would cause a political uprising in Seattle if they gave Randy Land the old King's Court sections. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised depending on if they do some sort of extension. If they don't see him being a Mariner beyond, like if they don't sign him to an extension, it's tough to say. I would say yes, though, Secular. How we feeling about LA? LA's a good team. The Los Angeles Dodgers sitting at 73-52. They're tied for the most wins in all of baseball. They're a pretty good team. Mariners, it would be nice if they don't get swept. It would be great if they won the series. It would be phenomenal if they won the series or swept the series. But Dodgers are the Dodgers. They swept us at home last year, so Rangers walk it off. Let's go. Let's go. Give Robles his own section too. Just all 3. Why not? Why not? Alex section behind home plate. Just give everyone a section. You get a section. You get a section. You get a section. The millionaires in the Diamond Club. The ones that should be paying Cal Raleigh. Realistically. I mean, give that man some money. Give him an extension. Have the millionaires that sit in big dumper domain behind home plate pay for his salary. There you go. That's how you do it. Would really hate to see Cal become a Dodger. If anything, Cal would go be like what? A Red Sox? Is that the team that Cal would most likely sign with? Would be Boston if there was mutual interest. I mean, he's from North Carolina. Maybe Atlanta? He went to Florida State, but like Tampa Bay, no. Miami, no. Red Sox or Yankee? Yankee would, bleh, disgusting. See, I feel like Boston or Atlanta are like the top two. Yankees? San Francisco? Would hate to see Cal be a ham fighter. Grew up a Boston fan? Yeah. I think any Mariner right now that would be a Yankee is George Kirby. George Kirby to me is the most obvious Yankee in my entire life. I mean, he's from the area, or he's from New York. But like, if there's a player that like when and if we don't sign him, like George Kirby, I think is a Yankee. I'm saying Kansas City for Cal. Interesting. Leo Rivas is a Yankee by choice, or wouldn't be surprised those millionaires started complaining about the size of his ass rather than the new milkshake flavor. Shame. It's too big. I can't see the game. His butt's too big. I can't watch the game. Seems like a Met. Interesting. We're still in New York. I'll take it. I'll take still in New York. Kirby seems like both on the Mets, huh? Is it because of their history with like great pitching? Like thinking of like DeGrom, even before that, Matt Harvey, like that era? Kirby going to Cincinnati? Relax. Going to the Great American Small Park? Secular pause. Let's not bring it up. If we lose against the A's at a AAA ballpark next year, should we start to worry? If we lose to the A's, I mean, the chances of the Mariners losing to the A's in the Sacramento River Cats ballpark, I'm not going to say it's going to happen. They're going to lose a game. Sweeping in baseball is hard. It is. Especially in a little league stadium that, like, you have no idea how it's going to go. Like, that would be where I feel like, yeah, they're probably going to lose a game. You know what I mean? Kirby's a Rocky. Poor Chris, dude. Not to say that I'm glad the Mariners, like, dodged a bullet on Chris Bryant, and whether or not his career would have done the same thing that it has since going to Colorado. But, man, what a weird career trajectory. It's a weird word to say. Wish he would have stayed with the Giants. Facts, AJ. I want, like, almost with every fiber of my being, agree. Did Elias Diaz get picked up yet? I don't think so. I mean, it took freaking Ahmed Rosario so many days to get claimed. So I imagine we won't know Diaz at least until, like, you know, tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. But I think AAA Tacoma could beat the White Sox. The best AAA team could definitely beat the White Sox. I don't know about the Rainiers. I don't know, like, AAA standings like that. Like, who's the best AAA team? Is it based on standings? I mean, the Rochester. The Rochester. What is this? Is their name? What is the Nats AAA affiliate's name? The Rochester Redbirds? What are they? The Red Wings. Okay, the Rochester Red Wings. Let's go. In Arizona, all the splash hits? Or are you talking about you're talking about San Francisco into the Bay, not into the pool. My bad. LSU with Paul Skeens could beat the White Sox. Need Livy Dunn dresses Paul Skeens ruin my life. Baby Gronk, Rizda. Red Wing social media goes crazy. Does it? Are they like that? Well, I looked up, just... Okay, we'll go AAA overall standings. The Yankees AAA affiliate is the best in the International League East. Omaha, Kansas City's is 73-44. They could do it. We go to the PCL overall. Don't want to say who's leading the Pacific Coast League East, but it is Sugarland. The Rainiers are in first in the Pacific League Coast West, huh? Is that for both? So they finished second in the first half. They're currently leading Reno by a half game in the second. Maybe the Rainiers could do it. Maybe the Rainiers could do it. The Rocket City Trash Pandas? No. Trash Pandas go crazy, dude. They go crazy. Ty France is batting .265 with 3 homers in Cincinnati. Well, he threw his bat into a garbage can today, Secular, so let the jinx begin. Imagine a Detroit team called the Red Wings. Bro knows hockey? Bro knows hockey like that? Baby Gronk, facts, Kank. Facts. That's the GOAT right there. Actually, that it's just weird. Social media is weird. And I kind of hate it sometimes. You know I've known hockey. Known hockey knower Lucario knows hockey. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Surprised it didn't happen. One of our guys struck out during the skid. I mean, Randy struck out and lost his bat, right? It didn't go into a garbage can, but he did lose his bat. You know puck? Bro knows puck. Don't puck around. Am I right? It's enough. It's enough. Why don't we just calm down? The Eugene Knights? What is that? Why'd I type the? Is that a person? Or is that a human? Is this a team? Did you just troll me? Corey, did you just troll me? Polar Bear in Arlington. I love that meme. The picture itself is just M's win without Randy, poor guy. We play better without him. He's the curse of the team, blah, blah, blah. Narrative ball goes crazy. It's like when Jared Kalanick got hurt last year, the Mariners started winning more games. Mariners played better without Julio earlier, blah, blah, blah. Eugene are the Emeralds, no? Correct. There's the Eugene Emeralds, which is a team. Obviously Portland Pickles exist. When I looked up Eugene Knights, something for the Corvallis Knights popped up. But Phil Knight. Okay. All right. All right, Corey. Oh, bruh. You need Pete Alonso to sign with the Rangers? Why? What narrative is that going to push for you, AJ? The Golden Knights? Yo. Lucario showing off more puck knowledge? Guardians added McCacken. They went on to win like 10 in a row and now lead the division. People are saying, some are saying if you add Darren McCacken, he is the key to success. Major key. Oh, Polar Bear and Tech. I'm so dumb. Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Oh, that was probably so loud for you guys. I'm so sorry. Polar Bear in Arlington. I'm so slow. I'm not with it. You guys are just too fast for me today. I can't do it. Miss Justice Sheffield? Is this like Miss America? But like Miss insert bust prospect pitcher here? Miss Danny Holtzen? Like, is that what we're going for? Blood a little slow, but he's chill? Yeah, facts. Please say but he's chill. Say he's chill. Say I'm chill. I'm waiting. Okay, no, I need you to say I'm chill, bro. Come on. Anthony, 22 game winning streak. Now hold on. Buddy chill, thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dadara. I'm chill. Facts. Facts. 22 game winning streak. Hello? All right. Rangers walked off the Twins. Indeed they did. Indeed they did. Indeed they did. Okay. I didn't know it was chill like that, bro. He's chill like that. You'll take Justice Sheffield over Saucedo? Tough, dude. Tough. Okay, we'll just tell me in chat. Mariners Dodgers. First one I see. We'll count it. This is a W tomorrow or an L? W or an L? What? How about we go series by series? One, 2, or 3. How many wins do we get against the Dodgers? I see some dubs. We're at least getting one. Pitchers? Oh, man. You're gonna make me pull that out? Like, they're not gonna have that listed here. Hold on. I mean, George Kirby pitched today, so like it's probably gonna be Logan Gilbert. Nope. He's in the final game. Brian Wu. Right, Gilbert started against Skeens. Wu and Miller. That's what we're looking at. Obviously 2. 3. Oh my god. Miller, Logan, Wu. Miller. Whoa. Wu, Miller, Logan. I'm fumbling, guys. I'm fumbling. We win the series. Win, loss, win. 2 would be ideal. 3 would be perfect. Okay. Are we being serious? Like, win 1 if it was in Seattle. You're focused. Okay. So you're saying we get swept, Glock. I can see that. Can we settle on 1 and 3 or 1 and 2? Or are we settling on 2 and 1? Sweep? My god. Need to start calling Wu the nature boy. We sweep. Most people say we win 1 if lucky. 2. Yes. 2 out of 3? 1 out of 2? This is a nightmare. Shohei hits 7 homers. It'll pan out like the Pirates series. We'll get just painful losses and then we'll dominate the last one. Play good against good teams, terrible against the lesser. Good point. I'll say 2 and 1. Let's get crazy. 2 and 1 against the Dodgers. Okay, we're 2 and 1 the rest of the way so far. Giant series. What are we saying? 0 and 3, 1 and 2, 2 and 1, or 3 and 0? What are we saying? I'll let you guys decide. Even though I'll be the ultimate final deciding thing, but 1 and 2 against the Giants, 3 and 0, 1, another sweep. Seatown fan, fair-weathered fan over there. I'm just kidding. 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 0 and 3. Need 2 wins, Lucario said. That the way that the balancing is going, I'm feeling like this is another 2. 3 and 0, 2 and 1. 3 and 0 if they're playing in SF. I think realistically what I think can happen. 0 and 3, they're below 500. Are they? Are the Giants below 500 right now? By a game. By a game. We're winning out the rest of the season. There you go. 2 and 1. I think if I had to poll the averages, take the averages, I think 2 and 1 was the most common one. Trying to be an optimist. It looks good on you. You're chill, I'll subscribe. W. I mean, it looks like it says LOL, but I know it's Low Island Storm. Do we get to 90 wins? How close to 54%? Like, if I had to be realistic about the rest of the year, right, there's 37 games left. I'm going to say we win 1 out of 3 against the Dodgers. We'll say 2 against the Giants, so we're at 3. I think we win 2 against the Rays, so we're at 5. I think, given the struggles against the Angels, they're going to come out angry as hell in that series. And I think they can win 2 out of 3 in Anaheim. Move to 7 wins so far. I think you probably split here with the Athletics, come down, get knocked down a peg. They're at 9. I think you probably lose this series against St. Louis. They're at 10. Split with the Padres, I feel like is fair, 11. The Rangers, I think you win 3 out of 4 here, so they're at 14. You got the Yankees at home. Yankees at home. I'll say 1. 15. I think you win 2 out of 3 against the Rangers, against the 17. I would like to say 19 again. You know, 19 there. And then get to 20. I think 22 and 15 is super realistic the rest of the way. You get to 19 wins before you need to sweep the Athletics at home. Does that give you a chance? It does, but it's not perfect. I think 22 and 15 is super reasonable the rest of the way. It doesn't, I mean, it gets you to 86 wins. That's your lowest total over the last 4 years. It's not perfect. You need to do better than that, but that is like a realistic thing that I could see. Do I think that they need to play better than that to make the playoffs? Yes. 22 and 15, it's 64 and 61 right now, so you'd finish at 86 and 76. We can win more than 22 games, correct. You can, but if I was like kind of like I was being like realistic, you know, about how I was thinking about those series and what I think, like, could you win one more against the Cardinals? I think so. Could you win one more against, say, the Yankees? Maybe. Could you win one more against the Dodgers? Possibly. Could you win both against the Padres? Maybe. Whoa. $86 and 76 is a 53% win percentage. 19 and 18 is realistic. Agree to disagree. What series would you say that you'd put more losses on, Glock? Are we losing more to the Angels? Are we losing more to the Rangers? Maybe the Astros. I'm being optimistic about the chances of the Mariners playing the Astros at the end of the year. Taking 2 out of 3 would be huge. 33 and 5. We're playing an extra game. We're winning more versus the A's. So at least one more against the A's in Oakland. So instead of going 2-2 like I had them, we'd have them go 3-1. Both Tiger series are very rough to watch. Yeah, not fun. Angels getting back at us over the Jesse Winker game. That's the only thing that makes sense, man. That's the only thing. It's the only thing that makes sense. After all this time, they're getting their payback. What's been the biggest cause for being the second worst team since our 10-game lead in June? The biggest cause? You have to look at the offense, I'd say. The offense has been so unbelievably inconsistent that the pitching needs to be near perfect every night. You're posting... I don't know right now if they have the lowest batting average in all of baseball, but I can go look. Not to say that batting average fully is like the tell-all, but it definitely doesn't help. Yeah, you currently have the worst batting average in all of baseball. You are 5 points behind the Chicago White Sox. So, that being said, they are slugging 20 points better than the White Sox, but as a team, your batting average is .215. You're striking out the most in all of baseball. Like, it's just not good. Biggest cause, Astros stopped sucking. Also a fair point. Astros started playing really good baseball right when the Mariners stopped. So that's just an unfortunate circumstance that we are now seeing the repercussions of, but that's just kind of how it is. Was it Jerry that said it during the trade deadline when like teams weren't moving their big guys? It is what it is. So, there's that. It is what it is. Astros don't need to stop sucking. I'm sucking it. We have to start winning. We can keep the pace with you. Yeah, I mean, if you keep the pace, that's the easiest way to make up ground. Because if you are consistently winning when they win, eventually you can win when they lose. Right? That's the idea. And that's what the Astros did. They were consistently matching our pace, and then when we lost, they'd win. And then that's how they overtook it. And as Jay said, it is what it is. And I think I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna get out of here. Had a wonderful stream, trying to vocalize obviously some frustration and maybe talk through some emotions for some Mariners fans, right? It is what it is, it is what it is, but I appreciate everyone hanging out, just chatting. Glad that they won. They won. So that's if there's any silver lining, Glock. Mariners won today. For the first time in a week. And it feels good. Even if some of the teams we needed to lose didn't, feels good that we're not on the losing end today. So, Minor Houston has 2 games in hand. We can gain ground on them without having to do anything. Also a good point. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out, Anthony. Appreciate it, dog. Before 2024 ends, who want to say they got a crush on me? Yo, what if we kissed in the YouTube live chat? JK. Unless. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Exactly what Stream Element said. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. But you'll see us if they win, because we usually stream after wins. If they don't win until next Sunday, man, do I have bad news. You'll see my ugly mug again on Sunday. No matter what, rain or shine, but I will see you guys later. Obviously, Hit It Here podcast out tomorrow. Make sure you guys are tuned in to watch that. Don't know what it's going to consist of yet, but we will see. But I'm going to get out of here, so